was like this crepe knit, and I wore it with everything.
You overworn it, you think?
I overwore it, but it still looked amazing.
Yeah.
But now you look at the blazer shape. So that was like a cropped blazer, one button. Now you look at blazer shapes. They're slightly roomier. You know, you can actually wear your blazer with a sweater underneath. You can wear your blazer on top of a dress. That gorgeous Theory blazer could only be worn with a tank top. And so it was great for then.
I have some of those.
Right. So then we're never going to want to wear those pieces. So those pieces really, you know, need to come out of our wardrobes, right?
We need to grieve them.
We need to grieve them and walk away. And then even denim, like denim has changed over the time. So there's no point, like we've gone from super skinny jeans to now like baggy, wider jeans. Now it doesn't mean in order to feel updated, you need to wear the baggiest jean, but you know, you need to start looking at a slightly roomier silhouette instead of like a skin tight skinny.
Yeah. So talking about jeans, I mean, there are some trends every season.
Yeah.
So do you think we should follow those trends or we shouldn't care about them because we know our styles? What's your take on that?
What's my take on it?
Yes.
So we shouldn't be following the trends like a 20-something. You know, we're midlife women, and but that could be your style too. That could be your style where you do follow all the trends. But I think the most important thing is to be aware of the trends, to know what's in the shops, so you don't feel like you've lost your sense of style and you're confused as to what to buy because you have a general pulse on it.
So what you mean is that it has to be like a kind of pick and choose.
It has to be a pick and choose, and how you're going to pick and choose is I'm going to take you back to your style board. And as a woman, if, you know, you don't have, you know, a lot of women say, I don't have time to do this style board. Honestly, it's the most important thing you can do.
It's a foundation.
It is the foundation, and you can't go shopping without that foundation because that's when you end up with this mismatched wardrobe. So in order to decide which trends you like and which you don't, I think it's really important that, you know, you look at your style board, you understand your body and what's going to flatter it. You look at your lifestyle, you look at your personal coloring, and then you dive in and go shopping.
Yeah. So talking about color, how do you know, like this season, there are colors I'm sure that are in fashion.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure which one they are, but like, should we follow those trends in terms of colors, or what will it bring us? Because I know you are a big advocate of knowing your colors,
right?
What suits you. So how do you match that with the trends?
Right.
What's
the question? So I think if you have done your colors and you know what colors suit you, then, you know, that's a great way to, you know, your first filter.
So we should invite our listeners to listen to one of our previous episodes where you draft me, right? And you explain how colors work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's important. If you, you know, don't really care, you know, it's not something which is important to you, knowing your own colors. I think you don't need to buy every single color available.
For example, can I give you an example? I think I went shopping lately and I realized that there are a lot of pastel colors.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, I can have a bit of pastel, but I can't wear like a blue pastel suit or a pink pastel suit.
Right. So for me, I love pink, but I also know that pastel pink. So pastel pink is like a huge trend right now, and it's so beautiful, so feminine. Yet I know it doesn't suit me, and it won't match with what I have in my wardrobe, so I'm not going to buy it.
Can you bring us back to the time where you did your own colors?
Yes. And as you know, Sandra, pastel pink was my favorite color. And so right now, you know, it's like it's saying, Sabrina, come by me. But I'm, you know, holding back.
We're still attracted to this pink color.
Definitely. But I know, as I said, I wear like a deeper pink. But right now in the shops, it's mainly this pastel pink. It's the cool blue.
So you mean that the pastel pink is not part of your colors?
Yes, and therefore I'm not going to buy it. as much as I want to.
So even your intuition tells you, like, I want this piece.
Yes.
You know that it's not going to
Yeah, because I tell my clients to shop by color first, right? So if I start buying pastel pink and, I don't want it to wash me out. So I think that's why I'm, walking away. But there's so many other beautiful colors. For example, burgundy is still like a huge color. It's available. Cherries, like that cherry red. Mm-hmm. Also, there's beautiful chocolate brown, the mocha mousse. There's also like the butter yellow in all different shades that will suit, different people's skin tone. So you don't have to dive into the pink. There's so many other
options,
colors.
Yes. I bought that winter beautiful cashmere in pink, bright pink. I never had this color in my wardrobe before. But coming back to denim, I know I found it so difficult to buy a pair of jeans. I mean, each time I'm going into a shop, I know that I'm going to be unsuccessful.
Right.
So I rarely buy a pair of jeans. So what is your advice to women? Because it's a big trend at the moment.
It is a huge trend at the moment, like denim,
and you are an expert in denim.
It's also a big part of our lifestyles too, wearing jeans. We can, dress them up, dress them down. You can go anywhere with them. You can wear them to work. You can wear them on the weekend. So I think for the midlife woman, it's really important that they invest in this trend. So if you don't love wearing jeans, you could wear a denim shirt. You can wear a denim dress. You can wear a denim skirt. But if you're looking to buy jeans, I have lots of tips. And
I want to hear about them because I need to go and shop with you for my next pair of jeans.
So the most important thing is to know like your rise before you start shopping.
Okay.
Because most of the shops that you walk into will not tell you your rise. All they'll say is, this is a high-rise jean, this is a low-rise jean. And I say stay away from low-rise. Because, they're not the most flattering.
Yeah, because your belly can, it's like it creates a kind of like...
Yeah, and then it's hard to wear different types of tops.
Yeah.
So, finding out your rise, and I have lots of videos on my Instagram and I explain how to do it, but really you just need a soft measuring tape and you need to measure from your crotch to your natural waistline. And that's going to be, then you have a range. Like that's going to be where you can, thereabouts. You
can play around.
Right.
Okay.
And so there's always some room to play with. But then you'll know when, like, for example, my good rise is 11. I know if I'm going to try on a pair of jeans which have 13 rise, they're not going to look good on me. So then...
So it's you can gain a lot of time.
Yeah, and then also, finding out your inseam, your waist measurement. Because a lot of the sizes, may say it's like a 28, but a 28 in one brand is a 29 in another and is like a 26 in another brand. And that can be disheartening when you're trying on, the size that you think you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about like, for example, I'm not going to try like a barrel jean. I'm pretty sure it doesn't suit me. But like
I wouldn't say that, Sandra.
Wouldn't you?
No.
I should really go shopping.
Yeah. Well, I think what I didn't say is the most important thing is to firstly think about the silhouettes that suit your body, right? Like what do you want to highlight? What do you want to minimize? And there is a pair of denim out there for everybody. But starting off with that information, it helps you. Then you're like a little
eliminating what
exactly.